What is up, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete, the series where you put this video on in the background whilst you're doing your hobbying or painting, building, whatever it is you're doing. And I talk about stuff. And I got a whole lot to talk about today. So grab your glues, brushes, models, paints, whatever else you need, tea, coffee, whatever else. And let's get to the bench. Alright, so Catachan Jungle Fighters, just pop my hat on foot. I'm not Catachan Jungle Fighters, these are Cadian shock troopers. These are the Catachan Jungle Fighters. Got them to do. Gonna prime them up if I can. I've had to order myself some more primer, so I might need to go to like a dark grey, Panda grey or something like that. So let's put my glasses on. I've got here, this is the inner chair of my Imperial Knight, the second one. I've decided to start building it, but I'm painting up the guy inside, so I'm going to do the chair. So I'm starting off with that probably. Move these out just to one side momentarily. Pop my glasses on, and so I've got a lot to talk about. Yes, I have. Let's get some Rhinox hide on the go here first. So I'm going to paint this seat, like the bit he sits on, in Rhinox hide. You're not going to see this, but I want it done. You know me when it comes to things like this. I like to have it all painted, even though you can't see it. I'm just moving my water pot around so I don't put it in my tea, not my coffee rather, accidentally, because it's coffee I have today. And I've got a lot to talk about. Yes, I have. Job-wise, because I've started a new job. I have started a new job. I have got another assignment within the company, within the Deco. So that's good. Get myself a new role. I started on Wednesday and it is Sunday today. So I'm doing it for 3 days. And yeah, it's a lot to learn, but I think I'll be okay with it. I really do. Let's just get this on here. Right, so let's move the camera up a bit. Perhaps we can see it better then. Not that there's much to see, of course, but, So yeah, I've started a new role. The shifts will vary in it, so I'm very thankful that I've managed thus far to be sort of in credit with my videos coming out. They were, and still are currently, several weeks in advance. So I'm thankful for that, so that it's going to get busy, and the only time I'm going to have to make videos is going to be at the weekend or on one of my 2 days off. But I do also have other things that I need to take care of in that time. And yesterday we were doing some painting in the kitchen. So decorating is a thing, Because we had new windows put in, you see. But the windows, it just highlighted the crappiness of the window frame. And part of it was wood, so on the inside. So repainted up those. I'm just grabbing some gunmetal, actually, I'm going to use. I could bring them forward a little bit. Bear with me. Wheels. Oh, and I found what I was looking for. Ah, which is this. Whoop whoop. Yeah, that's better. I actually had lead belcher out already, but I didn't see it. Whatever, dude. So I've done like 3 days in my new role. Done 3 working days in it. And I'm pretty chuffed so far. I think I'm going to like it there. You know, I think it's going to be alright. As I say, it's an awful lot to learn and take in. Way more than my last role. But that's okay. I can do this. I've got this. So I'm having to learn different, really it's different bespoke databases, and you've got to do what they call interrogate data from all of them, and put them into a digital report almost. Well, it's not almost about it. That is exactly what I'm doing. But so many different. You see, the procedure goes the same. It's the same way you do it up until a certain point with each one, and then there's all different ones depending on what it is, and how old the people are involved, and all loads of different factors. Loads of it. So I'm sure you can imagine. But suffice to say, the important thing is, I've got a job, and it's pretty cool. It's working out okay. I think it's working out okay. And I have a job, and that's the main thing, isn't it? So whoop, got a job. This is going on. I don't need to I don't need to worry about this too much. But there is another model that comes with it if the knight gets blown up or whatever, and he can survive. Like I say, you won't see this, but it's just for my own thing. I can take this back inside, and I can carry on gluing him together. Yes, I can. This the Imperial Knight itself is to honour Millie, my dog, who recently passed away. So the last one was in honour of my previous dog, who passed away, Taz. And the knight was called Tasmatus. And this one is going to be called Millatron, because Millie. And I'm going to get one for my current dog, the one I got left, Rufus. Call it Rufinator. That's what I'm going to do. So yeah, so that's the cockpit there done. That ain't bad. No, I've got Cadian shock troopers. Right, so oop. Oh, isn't that just typical? He drops his elbow in the paint. Yeah, very helpful, not. Right. Silly sausage, right. Well, we've got some. I don't know if I'm reluctant to put white on the but I've got off-whites. I do have off-whites. Bum 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 bum. Off-whites. Will that be greys? Yeah, I've got white grey. I'm going with that because I think I used Celestra grey on the other ones. I'm not entirely sure, but this will be good enough for this. I've got to remember today that my coffee is in a normal mug and not my R2D2 mug, so it will get cold quite quickly. So, mustn't forget that. So, with these, so there's an Aquila on the gun. You can't hear it because of my condenser microphone. I don't think you can hear it, but there's birds cheeping really loudly. That's because we've got some birds nesting in our roof. I've got to get a new roof done sometime, actually, but I'm reluctant to look into that whilst they're up there nesting anyway. I don't want to disturb them. But yeah, cool. They're very demanding, the baby chicks of the parents. Yeah, it's not an easy task. Not an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. They've got their work cut out for them, let's just put it that way. I've got a load of zombicide miniatures to carry on painting as well. Don't know if you have been keeping up with that, I don't know, but hopefully I can get some more work done on those in a moment. So that will be good. Oh, I've finished watching the Matt Smith Doctor Who's, and I've started the Peter Capaldi one. I really like him as Doctor. I think he's great. Yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy him as a Doctor. I was looking forward to getting onto the whatever season we're on with it now, with him in it, because yeah, I was very curious, and I'll be the same when it comes to the Jodie Whittaker ones. You know, female Doctor Who, don't know, but I'm open-minded about it, and we'll give it a go. So it's a really good job what I've got. I have to go into work, but it's not far, and the people seem nice enough in the way I see it. You know, I'm inside in my, you know, I'm in the warm, I'm in the dry, and you know, it'll be good for me. Cadian shock troopers. I'd forgotten I'd had these actually, but when I discovered them, I thought, oh, I bet I must build them up and paint them, because my Astra Militarum army is severely undermanned. So I've got a tank that they will need as well. I can build up sometime. This is all from my retirement shelf, you see. All from my retirement shelf. Used to call it my shelf of shame, but it's not anymore. I'm not ashamed of it. It's a collection of models that I'm putting together. When I retire, I can just go through them at my leisure. I'm going to get a table set up in here before the end of the summer. I might get my Realm of Battle board out. And I've got my other table at the moment up on my right. So before I set up the Realm of Battle table, because the table on my right will be one of the tables I use for that to put it on, I need to film some more RPG stuff. And I'm aware of that. I'm sorely aware that I need to be filming that sometime. But so little time to do these things, you know. The 2 days off go so fast. So I've got my parking pass. The pass I wear now gets me access to the building and the car park, which is good. Right, so get these little quillers done. Wait for them to dry, and then it's going to be a case of Agrax earth shading the whole miniature before moving on to other highlights. Right, there we are, and that little segment done. Wait for them to dry. time for some coffee from Mini Warzone mug. Haha. Oh, yeah, that's only black primer I've got there. So German Panzer Grey might be the one I need for my Catachan jungle fighters. I need to get them onto some holders. That's something I need to do. I can do that while I wait for my Imperial Guards to dry off. I'm just going to have a look at my William Hartnell Doctor Who. Needs sealing. Yeah. K9 needs a couple of buttons doing. I think I'll give him a red button and a blue button. So if I go red, Wild Rider red, that'll do. That can do for one of them. All over the place. Button on K9's back. Actually, that'll do him, I think. That'll do him. So we're waiting for dry and sealing. So that's, yeah. Sealing, sealing, sealing. Bishop. Well, his model needs to have some gnome oil. Null oil. Null oil. Null oil. Null oil, right. On his base, which has been dry for weeks. Right. So that's his base done there. This bishop here. This bishop moves independently when, I think, from what I've seen, the bishop that's torn in half, I think he just moves towards the airlock when he's in this form. And he's been ripped in half. Right, we've got Enraged Ripley. Look, she's had her base done by the looks of things. So has the Ripley in the mech suit. So does the Alien Queen by the looks of things. Right. Okay. Okay. This is good. Oh wow, coming up to approaching the half-hour mark now, guys. Well, the next bit of shade washing is going to come for these Cadians. I can tell you that. So, here, 5 Cadian shock troopers, and I'm going to wait just a few more minutes for them to dry. Okay, so actually, this Zombicide character, gonna paint his satchel thing Rhinox hide. And I'll be using Scrag Brown. highlight it. Try and create a sort of leather looking effect. Big satchel he's got here. I wonder what he's got in it. Just curious. Yeah. Just getting ready to do the Agrax Earthshade on these guardsmen. Yeah, because I think all the silver's been done. So what we're looking for, really, is the wash to go not over the whole model, but nearly over the whole model. So I am going to use Nuln Oil on the metal bits though. So I am going to do that. It's got a canteen, like a water canteen there. I will use Nuln Oil on those bits. There. That's one. Weather has really been very changeable today. I mean, it started off really hammering down, then the sun came out for a little bit. There was floods everywhere, you know, loads of roads flooded. And warnings and so on. And then out came the sun. Oh, and I've ordered shopping, which is going to arrive tomorrow. I've ordered a load of more ice lolly type stuff for when the sun comes back, which I'm confident it will do. There we are. Cadian shock troops are awesome. Awesome to paint. I do like painting these models. Very nice to paint. Oh, stuff it. I've done this on the metal bits on him as well. Stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. I might as well go in and do them all. Do them all like that. I might as well. All over. Then these can dry, you see, before I go in with further highlights, which I probably won't get around to today. There we are. 5 Cadian shock troops with the wash done, or I should say the main wash done, because yeah, that's the main wash. The main wash right there. And yeah, so I think if I pop my night chair, I'm gonna just put a little bit of Agrax Earthshade onto this Rhinox side here. stuff it. I'll use that correct actually. Over all the metal there. There we are. And then I can glue the guy in. Alright, so let's remove these. Yeah, my favourite character. And the zombicide Black Plague. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get some Catachan jungle fighters, baby. Yeah, boy. Let's get them all rounded up here. Oh, while I'm here, let's have a look at the look at my nun. She needs some nun oil too. Anyway, enough of that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 holders. I need 10 holders for my Catachan jungle fighters. Like a cookie tin of doom for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 there. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Okay. Okay, so what I gotta do now is affix these to these lids so I can hold them better. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen these yourself, but these Catachan jungle fighters, they up close, they've got so much character to them. I think they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I knew I definitely wanted them in my force. Rules wise, I don't know, so I'm not sure if they're in the later Astra Militarum Codex or not. I've only got the old Astra Militarum Codex, and they're in there, but outdated. Well, they're not in their stats wise, they're mentioned in there, I should say. So they don't have a data sheet or anything, but they are mentioned in there. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on some more of these bad boys actually, because they really are, like I say, very colourful characters, let's just say. Let's just say that. Right, so there we are. Okay, that's cool. All good. That's good because... Sorry, that was just my daughter texting asking for a lift from town, which, you know, I'll go and get her. Not yet. So we finish this first. We can get the primer on these guys at least. Treating myself to a new palette. Actually, I've got one on the go there, so not a brand new one, but newish. Right, so German Panzer Grey, that's what I'm going to go with for these guys. German Panzer Grey. So I've placed quite a bit onto my palette. That's the word I was looking for. I use this base brush to prime them. Yeah, I'll say it. I've said it a million times. Yeah, I could have airbrushed them. Could have done. Don't want to. Because you can build these, you know, quite a few options. I mean, this guy, believe it or not, is a kind of a conversion. So I wanted to hold his gun. So you know, I just cut hands off at the wrist and things like that, and changed weapons and stuff. Yeah, so the poses they're easily convertible, let's put it that way. And they're not snap fits, so you can pose them pretty much how you want. So that's good. Yeah. I think I've got all of him. Pretty much everything I need to. Yeah. Right, that's him. I don't know who's going to be like the sergeant or the leader or whoever, what have you. I don't know yet. Whoever you want, really. I know it's traditionally like the guy who's like pointing or whatever, but or there's one pointing his pistol. They're often the leaders, aren't they? I mean, they're easily identifiable, I suppose, that way. But you know, I like to have different ones. Don't want to be stuck with the same. I think with these guys, they can all take turns in like being leader or whatever. So I put some marks on the base to, you know, number of tufts of grass or something like that. That'll. The one with a tuft of grass could be the leader. You could do that, I suppose. That would be easily doable, wouldn't it? But I do like the idea of kind of rotating who's in charge. That would be quite cool. My communications dude here. I mean, sure, I think these sculpts are a little on the old side, probably, but they've just got so much character. So for me, they look pretty amazing. Yeah, I built these ages ago, actually. Well, not ages ago, but a couple of weeks ago, perhaps, or a week ago. I started building them a couple of weeks ago. I finished them about a week ago. It's this limited time thing, you know, so I built them at the house, you know, so it's kind of like almost like a satellite office there for Mini Warzone. There we are. Communications dude, only one of those. And they're pretty tough looking, these guys. I need some ogrins. I've got some bullgrins, but I need some ogrins, I think. That's what I'm thinking. Right, so I've done 4. I'm on my 5th one. Kind of like more of a running one. I think once I'm done with these, I shall end the video. So I've done quite a bit today. Started off painting the chair of my Imperial Knight. Did some work on my Catachan shock troops, not Catachan shock troops, my Cadian shock troops. I'm getting it all mixed up here now. I'm doing Catachan jungle fighters right now. And they're not shock troops. Be quite good fun to do a jungle board at some point. Maybe have them go up against the Necrons, because I've got a nice lot of them now, especially with the Indomitus set that I've just built. Here's the guy I'm talking about. He's kind of pointing a gun out to, to whomever. Oops, splattered a bit of paint. I'll try not to do that. That's the only danger of hand brushing the primer. There is a danger, you can splat the paint if you're not careful. I'll just make sure I wash my hands thoroughly when I'm done. If I did a like a jungle table sort of thing, sort of reminiscent of the table they used in the mini wargaming first ever narrative campaign they ever did, which was the Fate of Fayoum. Because I did do a recreation of that board. It was a good board. I could easily do a recreation of that, but if I want to use my Realm of Battle board as well, I'd kind of like to do that, but we'll see. The muscles on these guys are like, it's very defined. And I've got Sly Marbo as well. Let's not forget him. Come on, Sly. Probably need some Catachan heavy gun unit things that you can get. Those Catachan gun heavy fire things. Do you know the ones I mean? Could get another box of these somewhere though, and just build them completely different to the ones I got here. Not bad. One more to do after this, and then we are good to go. Good to pack up. I've got a wet wipe over there, which I will probably use to clean my hands up with. Yeah, some good options on these. I'd like to see these guys make a return, with more updated models. Or even the Astra Militarum in general. Not just the Cadian shock troops, but all of them. Yeah, so on to the last one. I mean, I suppose we could do some varnishing. Definitely getting there. That's looking quite smart now. Well, smart. Right, there we go. So, is there anything left to get back into the pot? Not a lot, but every little helps, as Tesco say. Every little helps. Going back to the Doctor Who thing, I've only seen one episode of the regular episode with Peter Capaldi, but I'm already loving his eccentricity in this. I mean, Matt Smith had an amazingly eccentric character. But I think Peter Capaldi's going to be a really good version of him. So I think Matt Smith's my, at the moment, all-time favourite Doctor Who. And, you know, with David Tennant a close second. Sorry about that. Wife popped in just to tell me a couple of things. Anyway, I'm going to carry on for a bit, actually, because of reasons. Able to now. Right. I think I'm going to varnish. I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to varnish Doctor Who and K9. Just pop that white away. It's a grey. Right, so that's Doctor Who. Now for K9. I used to like K9 in the old Doctor Who series. He does make an appearance in a couple of the new ones, but yeah, you know, I mean, on the whole, I really liked him. I think that's all I need, actually. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to use some gloss varnish on something on a worktop back indoors in the house. So, what I will do is I will use gloss varnish, and then matte varnish. Actually, I've got some polyurethane varnish. I might use that. Anyway, enough of all that jibber jabber. Right. Let's put some wash on the warrior nun. Yes, let's do that. Let's do this thing. That's on her armour. That's all done now. That's good. That's good. Hee. So I'm liking this. Just doing a little bit here and a little bit there. And in a minute, they're all going to be done. And I'm going to be like super chuffed with that. So I think now I can probably wrap it up. It's probably a fairly good place to wrap it up. So I'm going to call it a day here. Glasses off and zoom out. So thanks once again for joining me on this episode of On the Bench. It's been great. I've got loads of stuff done. I'm pleased with. I'll be able to take my little chair back to my Imperial Knight inside, and I can, you know, sit the guy in it, glue him in it, and you know, put this in the cockpit, which is what it is, and I can crack on with that. So that's going to be good. Yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down if you don't like it, and if you do like it, and you know, want to get notifications of future uploads, hit the bell button. Always important to do that. Share if you can. If you really want to help me out, check out my Patreon account on the home screen. Go to Patreon, and you'll see all the different levels you can subscribe to them, starting from as little as $1 a month, and you will get exclusive access to certain videos that you wouldn't otherwise normally have. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. There will be some patrons going by as I speak now, but all that remains for me to say is remember, all brushes lead to war, my friends. I will see you on another video, and bye for now. Bye bye.